It's time for your statewide Alabama weathercast.
And a good Sunday morning to you. Let's start off with our Huntsville Skycam. A thick cloud deck early this morning, covering a good bit of the northern half of the state. 51 degrees in the wake of our cold front. This cloud deck will gradually break up this morning, giving us sunshine by late morning and early afternoon. Same in Birmingham, 55 degrees, that low cloud deck hugging the top of Red Mountain, but we can see the TV towers stretched there across the southern part of the city and the beautiful lights of Children's Hospital reflecting right there in the middle of the medical district. No cloud deck at Montgomery, where the orange sunrise is beginning to glow in the east as we record this just after 6 a.m. Same at Spanish Fort in South Alabama. Just a few high cirrus clouds. We'll see those also on the satellite picture moving across the southern part of Alabama, across this weak ridge of high pressure that is built in. That'll give us very nice weather today. That's the low stratus clouds over North Alabama, barely evident in the satellite picture if you look very closely. High temperatures yesterday across Alabama broke records. Birmingham established a new record for the date, breaking a record that went back all the way to 1900. Anniston doing the same. Tuscaloosa broke their record by 2 degrees. Mobile tied a record that went back to 1973, and Dothan smashed their record from 2011. No record temperatures this morning. We're very cool and crisp. Temperatures in the 50s across much of the state, with 60s across the southern tier of counties. Now, through the morning hours today, we're starting off as we saw there in the 50s and 60s, but as we go through the morning, those clouds will break up. We'll see highs today by early afternoon in the upper 60s over the Tennessee Valley, with lower 70s over the I-20 corridor, middle 70s across central Alabama, and upper 70s to near 80 in the southern part of the state. Now, by dinner time tonight, temperatures will be falling through the 50s and 60s, heading toward overnight lows generally in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Some cloudiness moving in from the south by morning here. As our next weather maker begins to take shape, our winds will be veering around to the south and southwest. Ahead of this next system, by Monday afternoon, temperatures will be well into the 70s across all of Alabama. It will be a beautiful day with a good supply of sunshine and warm temperatures in the middle and upper 70s. Few spots in southeast Alabama might again flirt with 80 degrees, but by tomorrow evening, we'll be watching for these showers and thunderstorms that'll be approaching Alabama ahead of a trough. Those storms will move into the northern half of Alabama during the overnight hours. Good news from a timing standpoint, because they'll be encountering a cooling atmosphere, which means less instability, but we'll be watching to see if any of these storms can become strong, because there will be good shear in place. We don't expect any of them to really become significantly severe, but you never know. We'll be up watching them just in case. They will again sort of retrench and re-intensify during the day as instability levels rise, and once again they'll be on the increase by Tuesday afternoon, and we'll watch them then to see if one or two of them can become severe. That chance will be there, even though they will not have the forcing that they had the night before. This second round during the late night hours into early Wednesday morning will bother East Alabama. We can also see some active storms in southwest Alabama potentially. We'll be watching those. So we want everybody to just stay abreast of the weather in the forecast for Tuesday into early Wednesday, especially in the southeastern part of Alabama early Wednesday, until we get this out of here. Cooler conditions behind the system, with temperatures falling back into the 50s and 60s Wednesday afternoon, setting the stage for a very nice Thanksgiving Day. And by Thanksgiving morning, temperatures will be in the 30s area-wide, with freezing conditions in North Alabama and temperatures in the upper 30s, even in the southern part of the state. Now, if you have friends or family, or you happen to be traveling for Thanksgiving on the busiest travel day of the year, Wednesday, expect travel problems at some of the hubs from Atlanta to Charlotte to the Washington hubs. This is for all of our flights that originate in Alabama airports. I drew this up for you Also, you could have some potential problems in hubs like Philadelphia, the New York hubs like LaGuardia and Newark, potentially early in the day in Chicago and Houston, but problems could prevail into the afternoon around Detroit. If you're heading west for Dallas and other hubs all the way out to Los Angeles, you should have an easy time on Wednesday. Fingers crossed. Now, let's look at the weekend and into the Iron Bowl. Friday looks beautiful to start the day. Lots of sunshine. Clouds will move in, but the day will remain dry. I'm using the European sort of as my basis for this forecast because the GFS has come in faster and wetter for Saturday night. We don't want that, but we'll keep that in the back of our mind. I think this is the better solution. Saturday morning, we're cloudy but dry, and then as we go toward game time for the big Alabama-Auburn game at Jordan-Hare Stadium on the Plains in Auburn, it looks like we will be mostly cloudy with temperatures in the 50s and dry conditions. So that is what we're forecasting now. We'll continue to refine that forecast as we go through time. Showers and thunderstorms will move into the state later on Sunday and Monday, and that is rain that we really can use because our drought situation continues to worsen. Now, here's our official rainfall forecast from the Weather Prediction Center, showing generally an inch of rain for the northern half of Alabama, with some lucky folks getting 1 1/4 to 1 3/4 of an inch. The southern half of Alabama still just not as lucky, but I think in the longer range, the period out 2 weeks now, a lot of folks are going to see 2 to 3 inches of rain, with some folks maybe over the northern half of the state seeing as much as 5. We'll see how that goes. Your 7-day forecast, temperatures over North Alabama in the 60s today and tomorrow. We'll be back in the 70s briefly on Tuesday. We'll be then in the 50s by the time we get to Turkey Day and on into the weekend. Temperatures will fall back into the 30s for the weekend as well at night. Now, for South Alabama, not quite as cool. We're going to continue to be well above normal through Tuesday, falling back just a bit on Wednesday, and then into some nice, comfortable 60s as we head through the period Thursday through Saturday. That's your statewide forecast here on the Alabama Weather Network.